Hello everyone, it's Suzanne Waldron from Alive and Kicking Solutions. You may have met me this year on the East Coast as we came around and did some awesome emerging leadership training. You may also have remembered seeing Beth. She was the other trainer for this year. Well, we have got something very special for you. You may remember that Joe Bryant sent around an email to you recently, and that email had some really awesome information about leadership, communication skills, all the stuff that you wanted to know. There was culture and coaching and things like that too. So you remember that email? Well, you may have seen at the bottom that there was actually a link that you could click, and that link was going to take you to some information about a course we're running next year in 2015. Well, this course is actually specially just for you, and in fact we've revised it because the course that we've been running on the West Coast in Perth, called Saying the Unsayable, dealing with difficult conversations, well, that course has sold out so quickly over here. In fact, all of the places have been sold out within 1 week, which is fantastic. Well, we wanted to bring it to you in 2015. So the reason I'm sending you this video is because I'm not sure if you're aware of the fact that you can actually opt in to say that you're interested in that. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, the fact is that if you do a 1 day's worth of training, you will have different skills, right? You've already done 3 hours with us, and those 3 hours have made a difference in your life. I'm hoping, well, that's what your feedback said anyway, so I trust you that you're honest. The challenge that you know as a leader or even an emerging leader is that sometimes when we're having really difficult conversations, those difficult conversations can cause us stress. Now you might think, what difficult conversations am I talking about? Whether the ones where perhaps you've asked someone to come into a performance review and they've marked themselves as a 5 in something which exceeds expectations, and you've marked them as a 3 because they meet expectations. You've had that experience, I'm sure. I know I have. And then there's that awkward moment where you think to yourself, how am I going to have this conversation? There are also other times where you have to give feedback, when you might be listening to a call or watching a customer interaction. And during that moment, you need to give some feedback, whether it's positive or constructive. And in that moment, that's where the difficult side of things come in, because you are having a moment where you need to use different language and different techniques in order to help that person become less defensive. And that person themselves have a moment where they feel that they're in a difficult situation as well. So the point is that there are many examples where you and I have had experiences as a leader in our time where we've had to really deal with difficult, and we call it saying the unsayable. It's that moment where you have to say something that you really don't want to. And in fact, you might even lose sleep over it the night before. I totally get it. So the reason that this is happening over East is that we wanted to make sure that we give you the opportunity to get involved with us again for a whole day. Because you spent 3 hours with us and now you're spending a whole day with us. And the fact is that we, as human behavioural change experts, are quite different from any other training company. Because you would usually go to training for a day. You already know this because you've seen us in action. You go to training for a day and they click through the PowerPoint, or you get a trainer who has been given content and they kind of just regurgitating it a little bit. Well, we want to bring some high quality stuff over East, and we want you to be introduced to our most senior consultants and facilitators who have spent 15 years, even more than 15 years, dealing with the psychology of the human brain, how we process information, how we use language and information to be able to move through a difficult conversation like this. So from an expert perspective, we really want to share this information. And I know that you have many choices. You can use all sorts of different types of internal training providers. You can use online courses. There's lots of really cool stuff for you to use. And you also have a choice not to do anything. And so I want to bring a choice to you today, and it really is just for the people that we met on the East Coast this year, the choice to go for a little bit further and be dedicated to your profession as an emerging leader, and really allow yourself to get right into understanding how you can perfect and in fact increase and really get competent at having these really difficult conversations, even things like pay rises, having to tackle dealing with people wanting more money, all that sort of stuff, or even telling someone that they smell. That's not the easiest one to do, I get it, but we've got some tips and techniques for you to use. So with that said, I hope you are going, yes, I really want to have a part of this, which is cool. So why would you want to come along? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, as I've already said, it's just for you. Two, usually these training courses on a day, you know this, you would go to any training course and they can literally cost in the thousands for one day. Now, this course, not only do you get really qualified human change and interaction specialists, not just trainers, but people who are qualified to help people change the way they think and the way they deal with leadership, you also get the course at a discounted rate, which is $695 for one day, which is insane because we usually do this work for thousands of dollars as like a long-term change process. So we don't usually come around the world, and especially over the East Coast, and just do it for one day for $695. So this is really cool because we want to give you more and more and more. So what I want to address with you now is that you might be thinking in that little voice going, I don't have the permission to sign that off, or I'm not sure if that's in our budget. Well, that's cool because all you have to do for today only, and this is for you to just click through, the link below the video is going to take you to Jo. Well, it's going to take you to her email. We haven't actually invented Time Machine yet, but she will actually receive your email, and then what will happen, Jo's laughing behind the camera here, what will happen is you will then receive she will receive the email, and when she receives it, she will know that you're interested in this one-day course. That's it. You don't have to sign up. You're going to get loads of information from her about what the course is about. Then you can take it to your manager or you can sign it off, whatever's appropriate for the procurement side of your life. And then you can let her know what kind of dates suit you. Now, there are only 16 places in Brisbane and 16 places in Sydney available. And we're thinking around February, or the end of February would be a good time. But we need your feedback. So first of all you have to do is say, yes, I'm interested. The second thing you have to do is then click on the link and tell Jo that you're interested so she knows. Maybe even tell her what month would be good for you. And as soon as we've got all that information, we will then come back to you with a specific date and time and location, and then you can just book through credit card, or you can get your manager to do that, or your admin person, whatever it is that you need to do. So this is Suzanne from Alive and Kicking, asking you now just to click on the link below, and when you've done that, all that will happen is it will show you that you are interested in coming over in us coming over in 2015. So that's it. And when you do that, you'll get another email that's going to take you to our free resources section, and that will give you more stuff for free for you to look at as soon as possible. So that's it. I just wanted to say hello. I wanted to say thanks for all the time we've spent together this year, and also on behalf of Beth as well, who's in Bali at the moment having a nice residential course away. And make sure that you know that we're still around, and in 2015 we're going to have an awesome time together, and we're going to go further. Past all the stuff we did this year, we're going to go into some deeper stuff around difficult conversations and saying the unsayable. So from me, I say goodbye, have a lovely evening or afternoon wherever you are, and we'll be back to you shortly with some more information. Just click below and you can tell Jo that you're interested.